Already recording on there?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Are you ready? Nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of the Relationship Method podcast. I am Chris, and
This is Hazel. Kamako ono kamalani nahi ena.
And we have Hazel. Welcome back to another episode. And Hazel, thank you for joining the podcast today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Girl, no, thank you for your presence, girl. So before we get going, I ask everyone, how did I get the yes from Hazel to come on?
I've seen you guys' podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys are doing awesome. Like super cool stuff. I like you guys' vibe, and you actually have interviewed a couple of my pageant girlies. So
Ooh, girl.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yes.
passion girl. Yes. Slay. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, I do appreciate you coming on. And also, are you single, taken, or mingling right now?
I am single.
Single. All right. So, the guys and gals that's in my DMs, you can holler at her now and not go through me. I'm not the owl. I'm not the third person. Holler at her. Y'all know her shit. So, Hazel, man, how was your day? How's your week going?
Oh, so awesome. I have so many different projects and side hustles going on right now. And,
Ooh, you say side hustle?
yeah, a bunch of side hustles.
Okay.
Yeah. So today I actually just came from a little shindig. We were doing runway rehearsals. We have a fashion show coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're practicing, just, working on our walks and whatnot. Yeah. Super cool.
So, okay, with these walks, okay, you need to practice walking? Is it in heels? Is it that way?
Yes, it's in heels, which is
shit.
why it's super hard. Let me see you go walk in heels.
Let's see
Show
us
me.
not. I'll be looking like Bambi.
I'm gonna make you do it. Watch.
Oh, girl, don't do that, girl. No, but okay. So with these walk practices, like, what does that consist of? Are you sweating and shit too, or?
It can be, yeah. It can be kind of
explain.
hectic because, when it comes to pageant day, there's so much going on. Like, you've got a gazillion girls, right? We're all kind of stuffed in this one little room or changing in front of each other. Everybody's just stripping, and then you're running from the stage to the back room and then back again, like, depending on how fast your changes are.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
This is in a walk practice. So you got to change and shit too?
Yes, you do.
No fucking way. I thought you were like in like some sweats or like some, I don't know, them yoga pants and just walking up and down.
It's levels to it. So like this is more of a minor practice. Just kind of getting the feel of the girls and really getting down our walk specifically because there's certain things that you can do.
Word. Okay.
Pageant walk versus runway walk, like for a fashion show, is very different.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Do guys do this shit too?
Yes, they do.
Do they take walking practice?
Yeah.
Really?
We had one guy there. Yeah.
So you're telling me a guy, I'm assuming he's not wearing heels.
No. Yeah.
Need practice walking?
Yeah, it's a lot of it is for the director of the fashion show and for also the designers of the fashion show because they want their brand represented properly.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a lot of it is to do with them, and then for us, it's just getting those reps in and making sure we know exactly what our routine is gonna be when we get on there.
Okay. Well, the things
Yeah.
of goddamn Fashion Week. I mean, the walk. Okay, and so you're pageant.
Yes.
And you're also an MMA fighter.
Yeah, so the real quick shout out, World's Beautiful Miss. I am your World's Beautiful Miss Polynesia. I am running for World's Beautiful Miss, and that's happening in September.
Oh, hell
So
yeah.
I got back-to-back going on because I actually have a fight coming up in August.
June, July, August. So, okay, question with that. So, let's say you get punched or whatever, and
I promise you, Honey Girl's not gonna bruise me up.
Okay.
I promise you that.
Got it. My fault for even
How
asking.
dare you? No.
How dare you, Chris? Right? My bad,
even
girl.
know.
My bad. But okay. Hypothetically speaking, if that shit does happen,
No, yeah, I could absolutely, yeah.
Makeup.
That's what makeup's
good.
for.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, my fault. Okay, so you got to fight in August. Pageant in September. MMA. How long have you been doing that shit?
I've been training all my life.
Really?
Yeah, I'm primarily a boxer, first and foremost.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so this is actually my first MMA bout. Yeah.
Wow. Is this in Vegas or is it out here?
It's gonna be out here. It's gonna be for
Wow.
the X1 card.
Ah, so okay, I'm not familiar with MMA. So the X1 card, is that like a prelim to Vegas?
Kind of. I guess you could say that. It's basically where a lot of the the big top Hawaii athletes have gotten their shot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Gotten the opportunity to really showcase their skills
Hmm.
on a bigger platform. It's held at our venues aren't that big
Yeah,
in
yeah,
general,
feel you,
but
yeah.
like it's held at like the Blaisdell Center and
Hmm.
stuff like that. So it's a good enough size crowd where you can really attract attention and showcase your skills, and then who knows who might be there,
Yeah, yeah, facts.
and boom, you get signed.
Wow. Okay. You've been training your whole life, huh?
Yes, my whole life, yeah.
Wow. So from itty bitty little Hazel to now
Yeah.
Hazel.
Actually, it's kind of funny because I was just thinking about this recently, but I realized that fighting is the first thing that I ever learned how to do. Throwing my hands.
Really?
Yep.
So when you're coming out of your mom's canal, you was already throwing them
I was
throwing
throwing,
them hands.
I was throwing, yeah.
Oh
No.
God. Oh girl. So MMA, and then you are also a songwriter and song singer.
Yes, I am.
Okay. When did this pop off?
So again, something that I just kind of always been inclined to do my whole life because my mom is a singer as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she started off. She was a singer for her family's Kachi Kachi music band, Puerto Rican music, and Hawaiian music. But eventually she went and did her own thing. So did my auntie's sister Roz. She did her own thing. So my mom is known as Lady Patrice, and
okay.
she actually has a song. Good segue. She has a song coming out. Or it is out, sorry, and it's called "Looking Forward," and that will be my walkout song.
Oh no, for your MMA fight?
Yes.
Ooh, girl, that's fucking dope as hell.
She wrote it for me. We've gone through a lot of hardships and stuff in our life, so she
feel you.
wrote it for me, and it's the most appropriate, to walk out to really give me what I need,
Oh, okay, okay. So with the go ahead.
No, sorry. So it's also actually going to be my mom has written a movie.
Shut your ass.
She wrote a movie
Like
about our
scripts
lives.
and like
yes, the whole shebang.
like a draft and
everything.
how many pages is this motherfucker?
Everything. It's at least 100 something pages because it is on the shorter side, but it could go on forever if we did.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
But it's she's submitting it to the Hawaii Film Festival, I believe it is.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
just the short film version and or the trailer. We're not really quite sure which yet, but then she's already got the feature like ready to go. I got an actress playing me, like
What?
bang, yeah.
That's what's up. That's dope. That's dope as hell.
And I'm co-directing it. Sorry.
Wow. Have you ever? Do you have experience in directing?
No, this is the first time, but it's only I only am playing this role just because of the fact that this is about our lives. So I'm consulting more than anything, just to really get those actors and actresses in the right state of mind, understanding what we went through, everything, and just making sure that we're represented properly.
Okay. Are these actors that you're gonna have? Are they local?
Yes, they
They're
are.
gonna all be local.
Yeah.
So they're all gonna have
Everybody from
that
Hawaii.
poly swag and have the speak and the verbiage and all that bullshit.
We're actually kind of working on that because even though they're local, one of the a couple of the actors and actresses, they're a little bit more proper when they speak. So I gotta get them to be super mock, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
so yeah,
'Cause
mock,
I'm
yeah.
mock.
Yeah. Okay. Well, shit. And I heard you say your mom's Puerto Rican. So
Yes,
what's your
yeah.
ethnicity?
Oh, I'm everything. I'm such a mixed plate.
Uh-huh.
I'm Hawaiian, Puerto Rican, Maori,
What's that? What's Maori?
New Zealand.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, Aotearoa. I'm Samoan, Tongan, Chinese, Japanese.
Oh, konnichiwa, bitches.
German. Yes.
You say German too.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, is that why you're tall?
Maybe, I don't know.
All right, cool. All right, so we're sitting down. She tall as hell. She taller than me, and I'm not even that tall either. I'm a short motherfucker, but
Mind you, I do got some, little pump going
oh yeah,
on,
you do.
so-
Yeah, you do got the
so-
little pump. Yeah, fuck that. She ain't tall at all, man. She ain't that tall. Fuck that. Give me the toss, but nah. And you are also in the military.
I am, yes.
Wow.
I am with 487 Hikino Primo.
Hell yeah.
All day.
Okay, what got you in the military?
My sister, actually, she got me in. So my sister's 3 years younger than me.
Yeah.
Her name is Nina. And she initially joined the National Guard, Hawaii Army National Guard, in a different unit, and kind of, I guess, I would say, proving something to herself, proving something, trying to be better than my father was.
Yeah.
Because he was a Marine.
Uh-huh.
So, a lot of that kind of stuff. And just trying to do something really good with her life.
Yeah.
She's such a good-hearted person.
Uh-huh.
And so eventually, I was a knucklehead freaking running around and
Doing what?
doing all the things,
doing God knows what,
all the
yeah.
shenanigans.
Uh-huh.
And so eventually, she was able to convince me. And at the time, everything was kind of just going sideways for me.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was running around and I didn't have a focus. I was fighting, I was training and everything, but even still, there was not enough stability in my life. So I was homeless.
Uh-huh.
And during that time, like, I finally realized, I was like, I gotta do something with myself. Like, I cannot just be aimless like this. This is ridiculous. And and again, just our hearts, like we look at it as we want to take care of our Hawaii, you know, and the nation, of course. But like, just it's something so beautiful knowing that we are the first responders to, the national disasters, but specifically everything that goes on in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Like I've gotten to do several different missions for Hawaii, and it's been so incredibly rewarding.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Is your sister MMA too?
We were both born and raised training.
Uh-huh.
She never really pursued it, but she is a hammer.
She could throw hands too?
Yes.
Well, meow. She's not going to be a tough cookie.
Yeah.
Y'all DM her. Oh, God. I feel sorry for y'all. And then, so with the National Guard, because I'm in the National Guard too, coming from active, there's a whole different dynamic in the Guard, and I love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is the biggest reason why, she was able to convince me to do the National Guard, because initially, I'm a country bumpkin, like homegrown all day. And so it was really difficult for me, especially with everything that we were kind of going through in my family life, to think of separating from them and going mainland and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was hard for me. So knowing that I was going to be able to stay home, and then when I finally got into my unit, and especially the last few years being with Primo, it is so, oh my goodness, I don't even have the words to explain how it saved my life. And it has grown me into such a disciplined person, and I have a family in Primo. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but those Primo motherfuckers, they crazy.
That's why I fit in.
Yeah, I know several of them. I was on a COVID-19 mission with a group of them.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was kicking it with them during the Lahaina wildfires.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cool cats.
Absolutely.
You could tell. I could tell that they
That's my boys all day.
they're together. Like they got each other back, whether or not the other person's wrong.
Yeah.
Like fuck it, we wrong together.
Yeah, all day.
Yeah.
And then
That's what I noticed
being a few of the first females. My battle, Celie, she's actually kind of the first female in the combat MOS. So she's a 13 Bravo, and she's holding it down for the females.
Man, hell yeah, that's
first
what's
one,
up.
and then I kind of came in. We also have two other females, my girl Fanoti and Rabe, and then they're in supply. So now we're having females in the battery, and the boys. At first, it was an adjustment. No, not gonna lie. Yeah. The boys was like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
But now, like they treat us like family, and we know that they got us.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Hold on, pause. Hi guys. Sorry. Now we can look at our. Now you can look at our.
Hey.
All right, cool. Sorry about that. We had to adjust the camera real quick. So next is in Primo, right? When you first got on there, and this might be lightweight and embarrassing, but how many motherfuckers was trying to get at you because you are, you're a male-dominated place,
right? Absolutely.
Maybe like one of the few females there.
Absolutely.
How was that? Because on the active side, when a new female comes in, like a company or whatever, everyone gets. I'm like, shit. I'm sorry,
It's a culture shock for them, and so the thing about it was that I have such an amazing chain of command. Like they really hold it down for our battery. one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to come over to Primo, because I was originally with HHB, and
Oh, okay.
super cool with them too. I was the first female 13 Juliet. But the dynamic is a little different with them. So when I came over to Primo, I've been told by all my boys, like that there were definitely, everybody was, checking it out, like
Of course,
looking,
yeah.
whatever. But I never had any problems with them. Like,
That's good.
Yeah, they were always super respectful. Again, going back to my chain of command, though, my chain of command, like once they started realizing they're bringing females into the battery, they were like specifically my smoke Valu, he was like, "Hey, that's your sister.
Yeah.
Don't fuck around."
Okay, good. That's good. And then so in our company too, we have females, and then guys talk. Do our language does it offend you in any type of way when you first got into Primo?
So it's kind of different for me. I know that there are a lot of women who they struggle to adjust in being in a combat unit.
Yeah, they'll sharp your ass real quick.
Absolutely, and I'm so against that, because I have had my own journey with sexual abuse and stuff like that, and so because of that, like I'm really against the whole like concept of using sharp for your own benefit, or just to get out of something, or just to make trouble or whatever. Super against that. That is my pet peeve. So for me though, like I was raised with my dad and my uncles, and I've been through, like I said, the sexual abuse and stuff, and just in general, and then being an MMA fighter, like I'm constantly around men, so I just get down. Like
you just gotta let boys be boys.
Exactly.
Yeah? Okay.
All the shit they say, I say worse shit, and they look at me like, what?
What the fuck? I've heard worse shit too. I'm like, oh god, females, man. Oh. Y'all got a mouth on y'all.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all got a mouth.
We gotta hang those eyes.
Oh yeah. Well, shit. Well, thank you for the brief introduction. I do appreciate that, Hazel. We're gonna get to these lightweight horny questions and not lightweight horny questions.
Okay.
All right. So the first one is do you have any stalkers that you know of?
I have one, yeah.
And how'd you deal with that?
So at first I didn't realize what it was. I thought he was just a fan. He'd been following me for a long time, and the hard part about it was that he is special needs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and again, it never clicked with me. He seems so like just chill person, super sweetheart, like never caused any trouble, was always supporting me so heavy on everything. But I started noticing, like, he was always on top of my social media, which that is what it is.
It is what it is, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I put myself out there publicly. I gotta expect that.
Yeah.
What started bothering me, and what I started realizing was I was doing these events and these gigs and making these public appearances. And then he, but I would put it up. So it made sense. So he would be there at every single one.
Yeah, definitely.
I was like, oh, that's my boy. Like, he's supporting. He's there for me. And then every time he would ask if he could get me a drink. And it was usually just one drink. And then he would leave me alone. Like he would let me do my thing afterwards.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this guy's harmless. He's super cool. He's a fan, whatever. Always ask for a picture. Then I realized that he was trying to flirt with me. And it like progressively just started getting heavier and heavier and very awkward and uncomfortable. And then he started saying inappropriate things. And at that point, like I finally, like it clicked in my head, and I was like, okay, this guy is not just like, he knows. He was starting to pop up everywhere, not just at my events. He was popping up at my job. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's popping up at my job. He would like walk past my job like every other day, like spot me out, and then like message me afterwards, like, oh yeah, I saw you today, da, da, da. And I'm like, bro, where are you? He was at my gym. He would just come in my gym randomly and like come hunt me down, and I'm like, so it ended up being super uncomfortable, and I didn't directly say anything to him because my thing was I didn't want him. I was worried that maybe he might like follow me home or something. Yeah. And I didn't want to encourage any kind of behavior out of him. Yeah. So, like any aggression, because if that happened, then, I gotta throw hands.
Throwing hands. Throwing them blows.
Exactly. But, so I basically just stopped encouraging any kind of interaction with him, and I stopped, inviting, he pretty much stopped coming to all my events altogether. So I think he kind of like got the hint or something. So how did
you figure out that he was like special needs? When did that start clicking to you?
It's his demeanor. I'm actually a registered behavioral technician, and I work with autistic kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So you
so
saw the signs and
started
everything.
yeah, I started seeing.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool of you, the way you handled that type of situation.
Thank you.
Because every other female, I'm not saying all females, but they would take it as a, yo, beat this motherfucker's ass because he's with me. But
Exactly.
you noticed, you noticed
Yeah.
that situation,
Yeah.
and
And
yeah,
and
kudos to you, girl.
and I just in general, like, I'm not the type of person that unless you really like doing something out of pocket and I gotta
Yeah.
check you, like, I will check you, trust and believe. But he was, like I said, he was very harmless. I think he just was starting to get the wrong idea, and he developed like a crush on me and stuff. So and it just started taking it too far, where he wasn't understanding, like, he had no filter kind
Ah, okay.
stuff like that, and just too touchy. And I was like, okay, now we gotta
Back up.
yeah.
Back up, G. Oh, okay. Well, as for me and guys, I don't think I've ever experienced a stalker situation. That would be cool. I would like to experience it before
Of course,
I
the
die.
men's want that.
You know,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, just one time, one motherfucking time. And I was like, but I could only imagine if someone was stalking, like, say, me in that type of way. I'll be like, damn. I mean, it'd be cool for like the first, I don't know, a couple times, but the next I'll be like, oh shit, I have a situation on my hands.
Yeah, like,
but-
actually, one of the things too that was pointed out to me was my mom was at one of my events, and so she was actually the one that was like, you do realize that he's like everywhere that you are, right? And like, she started kind of helping me connect the dots, and then I was like, oh shucks, like, he's actually stalking me. And she was like, yeah, he is.
Is there a way that you could tell if someone's stalking you or if just someone's just like a fan of yours?
Well, like I said, it's the fact that he was at my gym, like all my personal places.
Okay.
Yeah, like my gym, my job, like, I would see him in the same areas as me, and I would go out to the freaking, like, go grocery shopping kind, and I'd see him like in a corner somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah, that's when you know that's not okay. Like, I cannot be just catching you out my peripherals like that, and you just happen to be there. There's no way.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, well, damn. Let's just not stalk people.
Yeah, can we not?
Like, dang. Well, sticking on like the guys and stuff. Has there any like with your situation being single, have men been intimidated by you because you are an MMA fighter?
Absolutely.
Yeah, like guys that you liked, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so how did that pan out? Because if it was me, like, trying to date or trying to get to know an MMA fighter, of course I'd be like, no. But in the back of my head, I'd be like, yo, fuck it. Like, if I get into some shit, I know she'll knock this motherfucker out. So yeah, I'm shooting my shot. So yeah, these intimidated guys, how did that pan out for you?
Honestly, I think most of the time men in general are intimidated by me because I like, if you've happened to like see, I rarely post. I try not to post too much of like my training and stuff, just for the sake of like, when I do, get there, like, I don't want people studying me and whatnot.
Yeah.
And just in professionalism, I try not to. But I do notice that, like, if they're watching my videos, or if they see me actually spar in person, like, then that really, like, it's not that it turns them off, but it like emasculates them in a way. And I always take it as, that's a you problem, not a me problem.
That is correct. I agree.
Such a, like, I was raised as a boy. Like, I was forced to do these things that I didn't necessarily want to do at the time. Growing up as a girl, or not being able to grow up as a girl. So I was super tomboy, and I was forced to do all these boy things.
Yeah.
And so when I got it's actually been like the last couple years where I started really like embracing who I am as a woman.
Becoming more
in
feminine.
my
Feminine. There you go.
energy.
Femininity.
Yes.
Yeah. Slay.
Your
femininity.
My feminine divinity.
Yeah, there you go. Try saying that 5 times fast.
Yeah, no, for real. No, but like, I started really and the pageantry has really helped me develop that as well. But once I started doing that, I realized I'm a super feminine woman. I'm very I'm very in touch with who I am. Very gentle, very nurturing, loving person. I have such a huge heart.
Yeah.
So to me, if you're intimidated by anything, you're not intimidated by the fact that I could box you or something. You know, what you're really intimidated about is that you are in a certain level in life and I am on a certain level in life.
Yeah.
And this doesn't mean just like my success in what I'm doing, like with jobs and stuff like that. I mean just as a person, like my emotional maturity, the way I uphold myself, the professionalism I have, like all of the aspirations, dreams, goals that I don't just leave as dreams and goals, but I actually go and chase them and I take them down. You know. So I think more than anything, those are the things that you're really intimidated at, you know, with as a man. And then, you know, it doesn't help that, you know, if you see me like, you know, boxing with, you know, someone, man, who's like 5 times bigger than you and I'm giving him cracks, then yeah, I can see how it
I could see that too. I could definitely see that. So with me, like the way I think, right? If I was, like, say, seeing you fight, I'd be like, oh shit, this motherfucker could throw hands. But in the back of my head, I'd be like, you know what? I would cross her up on the basketball court like no motherfucking other, man. Fuck that shit. Let's go.
Absolutely. To be honest, like I love that. Like if guys would just kind of think more like that, because I'm not really like, if you teach me, I'll learn.
Yeah.
But come on, sports all day. You guys would,
Yeah. It's like it's the intimidation factor of a guy seeing a woman doing what you do.
Yeah.
I could see a lot of guys like backing away.
Yeah, just
you
being
know?
a male-dominated sport. This
Yeah,
is
exactly,
a
yeah.
man's thing. So.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about it is, one of the biggest things too is that if you don't know me, then yes, you are going to be intimidated. It makes sense. If you know me, especially if you train with me, then you get to realize that I am actually my most feminine in my training. It's just interesting, you know, because like you know, at one point in life, I was all about just slanging and banging, like I wanted to brawl with everybody. But eventually I realized, you know, the sweet science behind everything and the technique and the artistry about it. Like it's so beautiful. It's so therapeutic. You know, it's so healthy. And in that, I have this power in myself, this confidence in myself. That's another thing that people are intimidated about, men especially, is the confidence that I hold within myself. Because, I mean, I'm all right, but I'm not like, you know...
Like Ronda Rousey or Tracy Cortez or none of them motherfuckers, right?
Okay, hold on.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's not what I was going to say.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm badass. But, like... What I mean is like looks wise and body wise and stuff like that. I've only recently really stepped into those things. So I'm not like, you know, out of this world gorgeous or out of this world, you know, hot or anything like that. Or at least I don't see myself as that. But my confidence in knowing what my body is capable of doing and being an athlete, that shoots my confidence up the roof. You know? And it's not just men though, it's also the women that will be like, why are you so confident? Who are you to be so sort of, you know?
Well, I mean, like as a guy, we could sense it. I was gonna say smell, but we sense that off a woman.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like, you know, my lifetime, I didn't give a fuck when I'm trying to spit at like females, like gorgeous females, because the worst they could do is say no.
Yeah.
And, like I was learned real young when if a female says no, it's not the end of the motherfucking world.
Honestly,
you know, you shot your shot, and I think because of guys, you know, shooting their shot, it leaves an impression because you know, when does a guy come up to a gorgeous woman and say, hey, I like you. I think you're interesting. You know, can we kick it? And it's like, oh no, I'm not. I'm not interested at the moment. And it's like, all right, cool. You waddle back, but then we leave that little imprint in your head. It's like, damn, that motherfucker had balls. You know, and you remember.
You don't even understand. Like that is so real, especially for
remember Meryl.
Yes, for me especially. If you have the balls, because I do not want to come up to you. I'm not going to go up to you, and it would take a very rare and special person, and that's only happened once in my life.
One time
that I ever initiated anything and pursued somebody. Like, other than that, I do not do that. I am not that person. I want to be in my feminine. I want you to be a man, come up to me and have that courage to talk stories with me, especially because of the type of personality I have.
Yeah.
I'm not the type of person that I'm going to be like, the fuck out of you. Who the fuck is you?
Yeah.
You know, how dare you come up to me? No. Like, the thing about me is I'm the truest definition of the homie, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm your home girl. And it's super attractive to me if you can kick it with me like that.
Yeah.
You know? Like, if you can come and talk stories with me and then eventually, like, you know, take the time to like, build up that courage,
Yeah.
and then shoot your shot. And if it's no, it's no. But you know, that is very sexy, like to be able to do that.
Good job, guys. You're winning, guys. So,
I wouldn't say you're winning because nobody does that.
okay, we're not winning. Not right now. But we will be. We will be after this podcast. You will.
Nobody does it in person. Everybody does it.
Oh, how lame.
Right? I cannot stand my pet peeve. I'm not answering DMs. I'm not that girl. I'm not basic. Like, you are not gonna holla at me over freaking DMs. I don't know you.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are. And me, more than anything, it's all about energy for me.
Yeah.
It's all about a personal, like, in-person connection. Like, big things. Of course, you got to make me laugh. You got to be able to make me laugh. You got to.
Personality goes a long way, eh?
Absolutely. Personality is the biggest one.
You hear that, guys?
For sure. Yeah.
I'm glad you say that because I'm old school, so I like the organic approach. Like if I see you and I bump into you, I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing? And then just build off of that.
Yeah.
So like the way I met my wife, I met her at a dance studio, and then that's how we clicked off.
Oh, that's so cool.
So yeah, like the whole DMing and messaging, like, hey, I got your number from so and so. I think you're attractive in that. It's like it's okay, but I like the face to face because I like reading body language, especially with the eye contact thing.
That's
like,
a big one.
You're interested when you're making eye contact, and
Big one.
when you're talking to people, and once you see someone like, start crossing their fingers or pull out their phone and like that, it's like, okay, that's my cue or our cue to like, it's a nice meeting you. I'm out.
Sorry,
I'll at you later.
Clearly I'm not interesting enough to like hold your attention. Okay, I gotta go.
Yeah. So speaking on that, has that ever happened to you to where you someone had the balls enough to actually come up to you face to face and say, hey, what is your name? You are one pretty individual. Can I get your name, or can I get you a coffee or some shit?
I've had always strangers, never anybody who knows me.
Okay.
Always strangers. I've had it many times where a man will just come up to me on the street, and tell me, "Oh my God, you're beautiful."
Yeah.
Like, what is your name? And like super. And it's always been super respectfully. And,
Yeah.
And I think again, that's because of the way I hold myself. So like, it definitely has a lot to do with me. I know it's my fault because a lot of the time when this whole thing about like men not approaching me is because I'm giving that energy that I do not want to be approached.
You give them the stank eye, huh? You're like, no.
It's not the stink eye,
Or is it
just a vibe that is like, sup, bro.
Oh, okay.
Like I purposefully, and men think that it's so funny. That's another intimidation factor, but it's also a confusion for men because they think like, oh, is she gay, or like, is she like, what is her thing? Why is she always? I'm friend zoning you. I'm purposefully like, yes. If I know when I'm interested, and it's very rare. It's very occasional. So like for me, I will already put up that barrier with you. Or if it's just, unprofessional, I will put that barrier up.
Okay.
Like especially within like, say for instance, my unit, my battery. I do that with a lot of the guys who, there's plenty handsome guys or really cool guys that, I could have given chance to. But a lot of the time for me, it's a professionalism thing. So definitely in the MMA world and in, the guard, I do tend to just already offer it, throw that out there. And so men are like, oh, okay, So yeah, I know it's my fault. A lot of it is because of the place that I'm in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So going back to these guys that shooting their shot at you, is there a difference on, like, say, a person that just met you opposed to a person that's been kicking with you for like a cool minute now? Is there a difference on when like that barrier does come down or whatnot? So like say when a homeboy that's been spitting at you for a while and he finally shoots a shot, is that totally different from like say a guy that's shooting his shot like a random folk?
Yeah, I would say so for sure. I'm still gonna catch a vibe off of you if I don't know you. I'll still catch that vibe, but I definitely if I know that you don't really run in the same circles as me, more than likely I'm not gonna pursue it.
So when you mean circle, as in like the same peoples or the same interests?
I guess interests. I'm very busy. I'm super busy. So if I already know that you're probably not gonna fit into, kind of my world already, then it's gonna be really difficult for me. Like you gotta like it has to be like you just came out of the clouds kind. Like if it if I were to give some stranger, and just for my safety and
Oh yeah, facts. Yeah,
know,
that's
all of it. Like it's just I don't really give strangers the chance like that. So you really have to be something incredible for me to pursue anything with a stranger. And then when it comes to people that I already know, again, it goes back to like if I did friend zone you, odds are I was not feeling it.
So if you friend zone someone, for you, for a Hazel, there's no getting out of that friend zone.
I can't say that there's no getting out of it. It's just more than likely it's not.
Okay, so you're saying there's a slim chance.
Oh no, I didn't even crack the door open. Look what you did.
I was just saying. Still shoot your shot. Shoot your shot.
No. Honestly, because I'm super open to like, I want that. I definitely want, guys to be comfortable enough for shoot their shot. For sure. Absolutely.
Okay.
It's just never right. I just don't get that vibe, or I don't find you attractive, or your personality, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I already know. Super intuitive with those kind of things.
Ooh, girl, you got to get off the island and meet some people. Or not.
And the funny thing that's so contradictory to all of that is that I'm all for my local boys. I want someone who is Polynesian in some way, shape, or form.
Does it matter if he's off island?
No, that doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter?
No, yeah.
Hey, my boys. Hey, on the mainland, holler. Hey, okay. Next question is, would you date a short guy with confidence or a tall guy with no confidence?
That's really hard.
That's what she said.
Hey, I have done both.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You dated a short guy with major confidence and you dated a person that's tall with no confidence.
Yes.
How did that pan out? We won't say any names, but how did that pan out?
That's actually really funny because the short guy with all the confidence in the world was one of my best relationships I ever had.
Really?
Yep. He was super cool, again, he had that, like, he was able to kick it with me. Like, we connected off rip. I did know him for a little bit, but it was always in passing. So that was actually one of those stranger moments.
Oh, yeah.
Random, like, he always kind of was giving me eyes. I never did look twice at him. It never dawned on me or anything.
Yeah.
And plus two, he was from my one of my gyms at the time. And so I was like, it just never dawned on me.
Yeah,
and especially when I'm in the gym, I'm not usually...
You're in your mode in the gym, yeah.
I'm not looking at the guys like that, But he had the balls. He came up to me and he asked me, he was like, do you want to go get dinner right now? And I was like, surprisingly, I was kind of like, hey, why not?
Hey,
like,
why the fuck
let's
not?
Go.
Right? Yeah.
I guess so, And I'm really not the type of person to do that. But he just had that, like I said, he just had that demeanor. He had that confidence, and it was super attractive to me. And like I said, it ended up being one of the best relationships I've ever had. Until, unfortunately, he did cheat on me.
How the fuck? Short guy.
Yeah.
How the fuck you cheat on another female for Hazel? Man, if you're listening, man, you done fucked up. All right, so talk about this tall guy with no confidence. How did that pan out too?
Yeah, so the tall guy with no confidence, it's more like he just didn't have like an outright confidence. It was interesting to me because I kind of had to draw it out of him. And so I think in that case, which is not the healthiest thing, but I was playing like what is it, kind of therapist with him.
Oh, really?
Like momming where I shouldn't be, things that I learned not to do. So in that case, it wasn't an immediate attraction like that. Like but he was very handsome. All of those things.
Respectable too and everything. Like
super respectable.
Daddy taught him right and all that.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was that, but yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, sorry.
No, but he was a super cool person, super sweet. Again, another best relationship that I've had. But that confidence thing did eventually play a big role in me losing attraction.
Really?
Yeah.
Was he just like insecure because you are, singer, writer, you are, modeling, you are doing MMA, you're like you're out there. Does that cause like some type of insecurity in him because you are in the somewhat of the public eye?
Well, at the time, I actually wasn't so much.
Okay.
But he did meet me when I was kind of at the cusp of where I would have been jumping off point, getting into all of these things.
Uh-huh.
And I think with him, it was always a competitive thing.
Oh.
So I guess you could say it was insecurity because he was always very competitive with me.
Oh, really? Like, oh, I should be. Oh, I make this much more. My salary's much more than this type shit, or is it more like, oh, I finished washing the dishes before you even fucking got up?
Yeah, dumb stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
like he was definitely one of those like I like I said, I was constantly playing a role of mom where I shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And so I was like, but that's kind of just the person I am. I was always speaking life into him and like encouraging him and wanting him to do more, and not for the sake of like trying to change him, but just like, oh, I see you have potential and I want you to be the best that you can be. And I think that was too much for him. He wasn't in the place to take those kind of things.
Yeah.
Or he just wasn't that person. I don't really know. But at the end of the day, he was not able to evolve with me in what I was doing. And I knew off the bat, and I should have left it at that it was a big problem, because eventually, like, one of the biggest things is my fight career. Like, he could not relate to that at all. He's very passive and yeah, like he's not a fighter at all. Like what I asked him a question, stupidest answer you could ever give me. So my dad, very scary man.
Yeah.
In my past and everything, but he was actually in jail and he was gonna be coming out. Right now, I'm not expecting you for be like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking lick him if he ever come over here and da da da.
Yeah.
But lie to me.
About what?
Like, cause I asked him, I was like, I just wanted to know what his reaction would be. So I was like, okay, what would you do? Because the situation was very real at the time. So I was like, what would you do if he came around?
Your dad
started making trouble. Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't do anything. You wouldn't call the cops?
Yeah, I would have been like,
like,
he beat my ass, but I can call 911.
You just gonna watch me like get, like what? And he literally was just like, I'm not gonna do anything about it. And I was like, wow, that was where our relationship ended.
Oh, that turned you off, huh?
Completely, absolutely. Like, I don't expect you for, I got me.
Yeah.
I'm good. But you're a man. And
be a man.
Yeah. Absolutely. Even if you're not a fighter and all of those things, because that was a big risk I took in general for me. Like, I would like someone who is very much in their healthy masculine, energy. I would like someone who is, protective and stuff like that. But with him, he was protective in other ways, like more with, I think it was a lot of like taking care of me financially.
Okay.
He was there emotionally, but
not so much.
Not, like when it came to the big things like that, like that was the hugest thing. I stayed with him for way too long after that, but that was where our relationship ended.
Oh, that broke the camel's back.
Yes.
Oh, Lord. With well, goddamn. with these relationships, were you living with them, or are they living with you at the time? You all had a place together?
Yeah, so I was actually it was kind of junk because I was super independent. I always have been, but I had my own place, my own car, all of the things. I had a good job, all that, right? And I had just had my last fight, and so everything was rolling for me. I was like at my best, fitness level, all the things. Yeah. And then he came into my life. I took that chance with him. He started pretty much like being at my house all the time.
Oh, no.
So eventually it was like, oh, we're going to live together. Like, this is where it's going. So we moved in together, and there were so many signs that I shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have done it.
Oh, girl, let me tell you something. Before I got married, I was living on my own. Me and my little one. And it took me a long ass time to bring someone in, because you have your own way of doing shit, right?
Safety. Yeah, my own way of doing
your own way of doing stuff. And also, like, moving in with someone super quick, you don't know what their bad tendencies are, their good tendencies.
Absolutely.
Like, you could have a slob, but then they look clean.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so it took me a while to bring someone in, but I could totally feel you with the whole. Were you ready to move in with this person too, or is it because
I was very much in love with him, and I was ready to live with him. I'm a very like commitment type of person.
yeah,
I think the problem is that I'm, like I said, I'm very nurturing. Like if I'm with you, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Like I got you, boo. I did it all. So it kind of, I think I set myself up for failure because he was a grandma's boy.
ew, Grandma's Boy. That's a great movie, but go ahead.
Yeah, he's a grandma's boy, so like super used to being taken care of.
Oh,
And not doing
yeah.
things on his own.
Yeah.
So I was constantly teaching him like how to be a man in my life, and that was so frustrating because I am working a full-time job.
Yeah.
I'm still training MMA, and I'm cooking, I'm cleaning. I was making him literally homemade breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day.
Ain't that a bitch? I cook for my family. Fuck that. Did you do his laundry?
Yes.
Fuck, I would never. None of my old girlfriends or my wife never touched my laundry because I know how much funk I could produce. You know what I'm saying? Because I go to the gym too. I hoop. I know how bad that shit gets. So I'm like, yo, don't be touching my shit. I'll fold my own clothes. I'll wash my own shit.
I will say though that he was very cleanly.
Okay,
He's very
good.
cleanly.
Kudos to you, tall guy.
And he would help, occasionally with like washing the dishes and stuff like that. Every once in a while he would cook breakfast. So it's not that he wasn't, like completely not doing anything. I just like that role. I prefer that's how I like to show my affection and stuff like that. I enjoy that stuff.
Oh, so your love language is showing. I don't know what it's like showing affection. No, acts of service.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Acts of service. Yeah, we'd be educated on this podcast too.
Sure, my I think that's my love language for other people. But like my love language is physical touch.
Physical touch. Oh, girl. Aw.
I need to be held.
Oh, yeah. The little hugs and the picks on the cheek and the forehead.
Let me just be a woman for a second, because I'm out here in this world, like,
I know.
getting beat up.
Speaking of love language, in that realm, what do you think of showing PDA? And I'm not talking about like how the high school kids be doing it, like making out and shit. But I'm talking about like the little subtle holding hands to, like, say, Target or on the sidewalk. What do you think of that? Are you still into that? Do you think that's attractive?
Absolutely. Like I said, physical touch. That's me all day. Like I'm. Some people consider it clingy, I guess. But I think that just is based off of your love language. Like, if that's not your thing. But for me, I do need that. I want that all the time. Like, it doesn't have to be like we're 24/7 interlocked hands.
Yeah, I feel you, yeah.
But I need that, like, constant connection with you. Because again, like I said, I'm an energetic type of person.
Yeah.
So I'm literally, everything I do is surrounded with that. Fighting is an exchange of energy. It's the same thing with that. And like I'm a creative person, right? I'm an artist. So everything for me is energy. So that little like reassurance every once in a while, just a slight touch on my hand, like brush my shoulder, touch my hair, whatever it is, I'm all for that.
Really? Are you for the little butt taps? When you were in a relationship.
Absolutely.
Okay, are you the type
I need that.
Are you the type of female that when you were in a relationship, did you credit card your man too? Fuck that. Hey, I hate that shit.
I saw your podcast on that one.
I fucking hate that shit so much, man. Why do y'all do that? Can y'all just rub our ass or just,
I'm not so much for the credit card swiping, but I would do that just to kind of like message
just
you.
to fuck around, right? But oh man,
because I know it pisses you off. Like,
we hate it so much. I cannot tell you how much. That's funny. Oh shit. All right, next one. Okay. Would you rather have short that is full of it? Like, that's kind of like, ever thought I got gay? He's been that why he made you bad people? No, that's pretty gay too. Why don't you? Okay, when you're in a relationship, are you the type of person that would flood your social media pages, or are you the type of person that like to keep that shit to yourself and, like, post once or twice here and there, but not blow it up?
I'm that person. I will, like, I definitely want to respect and acknowledge my relationship.
Yeah.
And show everybody, like, hey, I'm with this person, you know, all day, especially as a public figure. Like
Uh-huh.
I want everybody to know, like, this is my man.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, I think that it does take away from, like, especially now, you know, back in the day, probably the more like high school days and stuff. Like I was the person that was like, oh, let's take cute pictures and all the time, let's always
Yes.
post it. But I think more than anything, I'd probably be like, let's take pictures and put it on our story, you know. But I like once in a blue moon on my actual page, and only because of just like that's my face, my brand, you know, like that's what I'm trying to put out is to make sure I have a whole audience and not like excluding the men's, because you know as soon as they see that they're gonna be like
Turned off. Yeah.
bye.
The whole IG algorithm is a bitch. I tell you that so right now. So like when, let's say you're with a man and he asks you, babe, why aren't you posting us more? Or I would, you know, how would you take that?
I would try to compromise. Me personally, I think it might be a problem because I am so much more of an in-person person, you know, like I would rather us sharing moments.
The moments,
Real
yeah, be in the
moments.
moment, yeah.
I want real moments, and I'm gonna have like nothing but pictures of us in my phone
Yeah.
all day long. You're gonna be my screensaver. You know, I'm gonna show you to everybody.
Yeah.
It's just that professionally, social media has become, you know, a tool for me professionally.
Yeah.
So that would be the only reason. But if my man had a real issue with that, and it was rooted in like some kind of insecurity or thinking that I was like hiding him or something like
Deal
that.
breaker?
No,
not a deal breaker.
I would
Okay.
work with him. Yeah, definitely.
Would you really?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Oh, meet in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all about compromise. Like I'm not trying to make you feel any type of way because I don't want you to make me feel in any type of way. You know? So
Okay. Because as a married guy, and you know, like the platform that I'm on, I do have pictures on, you know, on my main page.
Yeah.
We, you know, with my kids and my wife, and a conversation came up to where she asked, you know, why don't you post like things of us anymore? I'm just like, yo, I do the reposts, but with posting, it's like I'm trying to, you know, push out, you know, this.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
yeah,
push out what
yeah,
I want to do.
exactly.
But then, like in my head, like it's kind of bad of me assuming that I want her to know that I take in the moments.
Yeah.
Like the moments that we have as a family. Like I like that being personal. It's personal to me. You know?
Yeah,
I don't need,
exactly.
you know, Joe and
Everybody-
Roxanne
yeah.
knowing what you know what
yeah.
we're doing.
Why? So they can hate and then like try and make troubles. And
Yeah,
stuff
exactly.
Like that?
Yeah.
Come
So
on.
I like that. I like that privacy.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
you know how social media is like everyone can see everything now.
Absolutely.
And we had this discussion on like previous podcasts that I know what another person's doing by just watching stories
Yeah.
and looking at pictures. So
Yeah.
there's no mystery anymore.
For me, my thing about that is I am very good about posting enough to make you think you know all about my life, but really you don't know nothing.
I like that. Hazel, I like that shit, girl. She's a secret FBI agent that y'all don't know. She's working with the CIA right now. God damn. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. This might go to our last thing. Dad bod or gym bod? Realistically, what's more appealing to the female eye or to the woman?
I'm so sorry. This is my personal opinion, but definitely a gym bod.
Gym bod,
But
okay.
I think it's just because, like I said about myself.
Yeah.
Same thing for whoever I would be with is I would expect you and hope that you would take care of yourself. You know, so I want you to be at your best self because I know when I was with my ex, I actually had 2 miscarriages with him, and I was my most out of shape I ever was.
Oh, okay.
I gained 100 pounds and I was so unhappy with myself. And I thought that I could be like, you know, so I'm very homebody, kind of introverted, you know, so I was like willing to take the hit for the sake of like, I'm in a relationship now, so who I got to look good for kind of thing.
Deadass.
But what I realize is I want to look good for you. And I would hope that you would want to look good for me.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
and I want to
respect
look
that.
good for myself. So I would hope you would want to look good for yourself. You know?
Okay. So, with us guys, of course, we would love to have the gym bod, but some of us can't. So we stay athletic. So my next question is gym bod or athletic bod? So athletic bod is like you still got the little gut, but you are super athletic. Like you could like run up and down the football field. You could get them on the court, this and that, play hockey.
Yeah.
Against to the gym rat where
Yeah.
you're just packing on muscle. So which one?
Well, it kind of depends because if that's who you are, if you're a gym person, then, you know, all day.
Yeah.
But if you're an athlete, then yeah, athlete.
Oh, okay. So does that decipher? You said you like the gym, the gym bod, right? So if the athletic bod, would that is that okay with you too?
I think I'm a little bit more attracted to like athletic bod. There's something that I admire about it. That's why, like I know the work that I got to put into my own self.
Yeah.
So, and I also know the struggles of maintaining that and upkeeping
Deadass,
that.
yeah.
And I'm very, very voluptuous, thick person, woman. So like, I don't mind if, you have like a little bit of gut or whatever.
Yeah.
That's not a problem at all for me. It's just that like, I just want to know that you're trying.
Oh, okay. So trying does go a long way.
Absolutely.
That man, girl, you are dropping the Snapple caps. Thank you so much for letting these motherfuckers know. You know what I'm saying? What is popping? Do you have any questions for me before we dip out or anything?
Shucks, I don't think I have any questions.
That's it. That's cool.
Yeah.
Off that motherfucking hot seat right there. Well, fuck it, Miss Hazel, that was fun.
Oh, thank you. This
You know what I'm saying?
I love it. This is so cool.
Time passed by, right?
Yeah.
Super fast.
I talk stories a lot. Sorry.
No, that is perfectly fine, and I do appreciate you. Do you have any shout outs, and where can these people find you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So you can follow me on IG. That's where I'm most active. I don't really do other social media at Sweet Hawaiian Girl, Sweet HWNGURL. And you'll definitely see everything that I'm doing publicly. So the MMA stuff, my fights, announcements like that will come out. My pageant, World's Beautiful Miss. Thank you. You can also follow that page if you would like. World's Beautiful Miss Polynesia 24.
And then your song stuff, your singing stuff, is that on your page too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be more active with that. I actually have a song that I'm trying to get recorded. Yeah, I wrote this song while I was on mission in Maui for the wildfires called Kapunakea Street. So there's definitely a clip there on my Instagram. You can check it out, and it's super awesome. So.
Man, hell yeah. Well, Hazel, I do appreciate you for, coming on, and hopefully these people that's been DMing me about you finally hollers at you. And leave me the fuck alone.
Talk to me in person.
Shoot your shot.
Just do it. What's the worst that can happen?
I know. These hands and shit. So you got
never.
August. You got MMA in August.
Yes.
September. You have the pageant.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey, y'all come out, support her. She'll have it on her page and shit. But thank you. I do appreciate
so
you. KO Studios. Thank you for the home. Rafi Bite. Thank you for the vibe.
Gee.
And with that being said, I'm Chris.
And I'm Hazel.
And we are out this bitch. Peace. Cool. What'd you think?
Oh, that was super awesome. I love that.
Oh, God.